Hey, vinyl friends and vinyl community, it's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and this is another installment of Vinyl Additions, which I am titling the I Spent Way Too Much Money edition. So stick around after the break, I'll tell you why I call it that, and you'll see for yourself. Welcome back. So I kind of went a little overboard over the last couple weeks in buying vinyl records. Obviously the 99-cent sale was a huge success. That didn't cost me a whole lot of money, which is really good. I walked out of the record store that week spending about $50 total. So not a lot, not unhappy. That was good. But I also spent some money on some records that finally came in, and let's just say I went a little overboard. So let's get to it. There are a couple things that I need to tell you. Number one, I found a couple things on Amazon's warehouse deals, which I picked up. Number two, Barnes & Noble is having a vinyl weekend, which is 10% off all vinyl. Plus I'm a member, so that's 10% off and another 10% off that. So I picked a few up there. And number three, I took a survey which got me 20% off of an order and used it to buy something I wasn't really going to buy because of the price, but I figured with the 20% off and the fact that they were already discounted lower than Amazon as it was worth it to me to pay the money for it. So that's where we stand. Let's start with the Amazon warehouse deals because these are kind of cool. The first one I picked up, this is Lisa Stansfield, and it's called Affection. This has her big hit All Around the World, which was a massive radio tune back in the 1990. And this is an original pressing of it. I don't know why Amazon had this in their warehouse or how they got it. My guess is that someone sent it to them to sell. It never got sold, so they sold it in their warehouse because it wasn't their stock item. But I can't really say for sure. But I paid $5.61 for this album. The cover is a little beat up. I mean, it's got lots of creases and stuff in it, but the vinyl's perfect. Like I said, it's an original press, and so quite happy to have it. So Lisa Stansfield, Affection. I haven't listened to it yet, but I am very excited to listen to the hit song off of here. The next two are albums that I probably won't be listening to anytime soon, and you'll see why. However, for the price I paid for them, I went ahead and picked them up. The first one, this is 98 Degrees, Let It Snow. That's right, we got a Christmas album in July. But I paid $9 for this, brand new, so I couldn't pass that up. So here's 98 Degrees, Let It Snow. And secondly, I picked up a copy of Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas album. So this one cost me, I think, $11, but it's basically brand new. It was opened and probably returned, and so they had some stickers on here that I had to take off. But it's really cool. It's the newer version with the red vinyl. So really excited about that. Again, won't listen to these for a few months yet, but really happy to add them to my collection at the price that I paid. All right, so I mentioned that Barnes & Noble is having Vinyl Weekend, which ends on ended yesterday on Sunday. However, it was 10% off. I was in the area picking up a turntable, so I went on Amazon. I've been looking for a preferably broken turntable to use for my vinyl vacuum when I'm cleaning my records. I've been using my old AT-LP 60 currently to do the drying on, but I have that in my garage normally for when we're outside playing basketball or just hanging out. So I wanted to keep that out there and pick up another one that was cheap and whatnot. So I found one on the Facebook Marketplace that cost me $5. The lady who had it, it's a starter turntable, probably only worth about $25-30 anyway, but she didn't know the condition, just knew it didn't work very well. So I picked it up for $5. It's perfect for what I need it for. Really, what I saw on there is all it really needed was a new belt, which it didn't have a belt on it, and then the cantilever on the stylus was bent backwards. I was able to push that back into place, but obviously that would need to be replaced too if I ever wanted to get it operational. But for what I need it for, cleaning the vacuum or vacuuming the vinyl after a spin clean, it works perfect. So while I was there, there's a Barnes & Noble right next door from where I picked up that turntable, and I got a text while inside Target saying that it was vinyl weekend and 10% off. So I hobbied on over to Barnes & Noble and I picked up a few records. And I'm going to start with this one. I'm really excited about this. This is the score to one of my favorite movies of all time, The Crow. So I already got the soundtrack on Record Store Day, which is awesome. I love the soundtrack. But then I saw this on Amazon a few times for cheap. It's back up to normal price now. And I didn't know if I should get it or not. So I started listening to it over a stream. And I really liked the soundtrack, the score, quite a bit. So I told myself one day I will go ahead and pick this up. So with the 10% off and another 10% with my members discount, this one came out to, I believe, around $17, and that's less than I pay on Amazon, so was very excited to pick that up. The next one I got from Barnes & Noble is one that I picked up because my kids are real into certain music, and one of them, my oldest, had mentioned and asked me if I had this album yet, which I didn't. So I thought, well, he's probably into it, so I might as well pick it up and see what it's about. I've seen it a lot on vinyl community pages and people posting it and really enjoying it, so I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. And this is Billie Eilish, and this is her album, gosh, it's a long title, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It's not even on the cover, so that's pretty cool. But I picked this up. It comes on a cool yellow vinyl. Let's see if you can see that. So I figured I'd pick this up. Listen to the first half so far. It's a little strange for my taste. I do like one of the songs on here, which was You Should See Me in a Crown. I'd heard that one before, and a couple others were okay, but really strange. So I'll give the second half a listen to and see about that too, but not something normally I would listen to. And the last one I picked up in the Barnes & Noble sale was one that, I'm a huge Beatles fan. If you watch my Beatles Spotlight, you saw that I'm a big Beatles fan. I've been collecting the solo albums of the Beatles slowly but surely, and a lot of the newer Paul McCartney albums I don't have yet. So when I saw this one, I decided to give it a shot and take it. I've heard this album before. I think I own it digitally, and so I'm real excited about it. This is Chaos on Creation in the Backyard by Paul McCartney. And so with the discounts, this one came out to I think this one was $19, something like that, after the vinyl discount and my member discount. So happy to have this. Really excited to spin this for the first time. Haven't done it yet, but will be definitely getting to this one shortly. All right, the other thing I did was there was a vinyl group that I belong to that posted a site that was having a massive sale going on, 70 to 80% off vinyl records. So I hopped on there and picked up a few there, and so these are the ones I picked up. And I will say I got, I think, 4 records in all, and I paid $36 for all 4 shipped. Brand new, sealed, everything, and blown away. The first one is this reissue of Bob Dylan's Street Legal. Haven't heard this one before, but I have seen a lot of it in vinyl community posts, so decided to go ahead and pick it up. This one was like $7. Big Keith Urban fan, and I've been slowly getting all of his albums on vinyl. This is one I didn't have, so I grabbed this. This is Be Here by Keith Urban, so excited to have this one. These next two I'm really pumped about. This next one I'm really pumped about. This is Dolly Parton's Blue Smoke, and this is a music on vinyl pressing, so super excited to have this. So really cool to have. And the last one I picked up is another MOV pressing. This is the Counting Crows Underwater Sunshine, or What We Did on Our Summer Vacation. This is a bunch of covers that the Counting Crows put together. This is the first album they released after they had gone away from their record company and started releasing their stuff themselves. So instead of putting out a new album, they put out this album of covers, which is something they've wanted to do apparently. And it's really good. It sounds amazing. It's MOV pressing, so real excited to get this one as well. So all 4 of those I picked up, and all 4 of them cost me only $36 shipped. So couldn't do that. All right. This next one is a pre-order that I had purchased. This one had been pushed back 3 times. So originally it was supposed to come out in May. Then it was pushed to middle of June, and finally it was pushed to last Friday, and July 12th, I believe it was. So really excited to finally have this on vinyl. It's a great album, one of my favorites from my high school days. Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View, reissue. This, I believe, is a brand new reissue, black wax. So I haven't seen it on Discogs yet. The only thing I see is a 2017, but since this one just came out, I'm thinking it's a 2019 version, so real happy to have that. And last but not least, this is why I titled this one, I spent way too much money. Not only on that stuff that you see down there, which in reality cost me about $100 total, but this guy right here is the coup de grace for me. I picked up Def Leppard Volume 2, the vinyl collection. This thing, when it first was announced at a street price of $260. And I said to myself, there's no way I'm going to be able to buy this at $260. It's just not happening. So when I saw it drop to $220, I thought, okay, that's a little more reasonable, but still, I'm not comfortable paying that kind of money for that price on pre-order. So then someone posted in one of my vinyl groups on Facebook that there was a site that you could go to and take a survey for them, and just basically questions like, what kind of music are you into? Do you look for this on records? What do you want in packages, box sets, things like that. Really cool survey. When you're done taking it, they send you a coupon for 20% off anything on the site. And the caveat was that it was supposed to be limited to anything $150 or less. But the gentleman mentioned that he was able to use the coupon to purchase this box set at a 20% off price, and their price was already set at $200. When we did that, it got the price all the way down to $160. So I went ahead and took the survey and did the same thing, went to the checkout, put the code in, and was able to get this for $160. Now, what is included in this box set? So if you're not familiar, they put out the Volume 1 box set probably a year or two ago, and that contained all the albums that Def Leppard had released up to the Hysteria album. And it also included a vinyl of Rarities called Rarities 1. So this one contains Rarities number 2 and Rarities number 3, but then it contains the album Adrenalize, which this is the concert I went to when I first saw Def Leppard, was the tour for this album, 1992, State Fairgrounds in Minnesota, and saw them with Ugly Kid Joe opening for them. Really fun concert. And so this one I've always wanted on vinyl and never could find, and of course it goes for an insane amount of money online. So Adrenalize. It's got Retroactive. This is the follow-up to Adrenalize. This, I think, was 1993, I believe. This one came out. It's got Two Steps Behind on it, which was also part of the soundtrack to Last Action Hero. Is a great tune. This is a fabulous album. It's a double LP. Sounds absolutely great. Then we've got Slang. This is the 1990, I want to say 96, maybe 96 album that this one came out. And I'd never heard this one before. Really good album. So really happy to have this. This is the first time this has ever been put out on vinyl. So excited to have that. Also included is the 1999 album, Euphoria, which is another one that had never had a vinyl release before. So really excited to have this as well. This one sounds really killer. And I think a lot of people compare this one to the Adrenalize sound as far as it goes. I really enjoyed this one as well too. So first time I heard this one was when I first spun this as well. And like I said, it also comes with the 2 volumes of rarities, which includes a bunch of acoustic tracks as well as some demos and live tracks on there as well. I've gone through all the albums except for Rarities 3 so far. They all sound absolutely fantastic. The 2 Rarities sets are double vinyl. The Euphoria is double vinyl and Retroactive is double vinyl. Slang and Adrenalize are single vinyl. So all in all, you get, I believe it's 10 pieces of vinyl in there. Plus, it comes with a really cool book. It's a hardcover book that comes in there, and inside it talks about what was going on with each album and different little tidbits in there, who plays on what, all that kind of stuff. So real cool add-on. I have not read through the whole thing yet. I'm planning to do that because I think that kind of stuff is real interesting. So there you go. That's my vinyl editions for this week. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be doing an artist spotlight at some point on Def Leppard where I will talk a little bit more about the albums and kind of show a little more of the box set as it is. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give a thumbs up, and until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.